Hey guys, welcome back to Game Sandwich. I'm John Hanson. That's Kalo, and today we've got another episode of Duelist for you. This time we are going over our top 5 video game movies. Ask us a year from now, this might be completely different because we're in an era right now where video game movies are coming out more, and overall, they're a lot better than they used to be, and that makes
Way
me
better.
very happy. But yeah, I'm looking at my list now. There's a lot of recent stuff in here. I do have one older movie on here. But yeah, we're in a very brighter area of video game movies. Kevin, how did you go about making your list?
I have a mix that spans time, oddly enough. If you know the channel, you know me, you know what I like, maybe you know my list by now, but we're gonna see. It spans time. That's all that matters to me.
Absolutely. Before we begin, though, we need you, viewer, our lovely viewer. Hey, how you doing over there, Mike? Yeah, Mike, you want to go down into the comments, let us know who has the better list, and maybe give us your top 5 video game movies? We'd appreciate it, Mike.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just waiting for Mike to be over there. Fuck.
Scary stuff.
No. Does he know? All right, Kev. Start us off with your top 5 video game movies. What is number 5?
Number 5 for me, Pokemon 2000. I hate that I put it this low. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, hold on. I'm saying.
Oh.
I forgot to put it in. That's
Oh.
gonna be in my. I totally wasn't thinking about animated. I was thinking live action. You got me on that one.
Ooh.
I totally forgot about this movie. I'm gonna. Okay, it's an honorable mention. I already made my list. I have to stick with it.
Oh, okay. Because that was the one thing I struggled with whenever we pitched this idea. I was like, do I include these? But you know what? It's Pokemon. It's a game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's
so
a movie.
It's a movie. Perfect.
100%. It counts.
I mean, talk about whenever that movie came out in theaters and it's no longer any of these straight to Netflix whatevers. This is Pokemon content at its peak. You often, whenever you went to the theater and you were one of the first, you got a card with it. More on that later. But, yeah, Pokemon 2000. I mean, come on. This is peak cinema, as the youth say. And as I've gone up through my my list here, it was very hard to put this at 5 so low. But, yeah, I love Pokemon 2000.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in theaters as well as the Pokemon the first movie. I'm guessing the card was a Lugia. I don't remember the card for this one.
I want to say it was Entei, but I could be wrong. Or no.
No,
Was
no.
it?
Pokemon the movie 2000 was.
Yeah, I gotta look. I'm gonna look this up. I gotta really research
Lugia.
this.
Lugia was the main legendary in there, but they did have the 3 cats. If I
Was
remember,
there-
it's been so long since. Maybe it was Slowking.
Oh, probably.
Slowking played a big part in that movie. It has been
Pokemon.
so long since I've seen that movie.
Google tells me Ancient Mew card was given to the
That was
moviegoers.
the first movie.
That's what I'm
That was the
saying.
first movie.
Don't trust Google. Never trust Google.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta move on. Yeah, that's a great choice. My number 5 is Mortal Kombat 1995, not
Ooh.
the 2021 one. When we're talking about like video game movies that are, I almost said that it's so bad that it's good, but I don't think that really applies here because I do think there is qualities here, but it's not a great movie. It is not good. It shows its age. But there is something about the first Mortal Kombat movie that I don't know. It has a lot of charm, oddly enough. Yeah, I mean, how they handled like when you see Scorpion and Sub-Zero, the like thing where
The bad CGI.
the CGI of
It opens up. His hand opens up and the blade comes
it's
out.
like a snake that
Yeah.
comes out of his hand, which I always thought was weird because wouldn't it be like a scorpion tail if it's anything? But yeah, that was always weird. Um, yeah, no, this was just a really cool story at the time. I mean, it for video games that, especially during this time, would like change up the story to fit for the video games. Like, look at the first Super Mario Brothers movie. Like, they didn't even know that was a video game when they were making that. There was there's an appreciation for Mortal Kombat sticking to the story as much as they did. Now,
Okay.
is the second one called Armageddon, I think. They just totally just should not have made that second movie. Like, that one is just straight dumpster trash. But the first one was very enjoyable to me, and I still enjoy going back and watching it every now and then. I remember particularly the Johnny Cage fight against Goro.
Oh my
It
gosh.
just, oh, you want to talk about some good CGI in the 90s. That's it right there. Yeah, I always enjoyed that.
This was always one of the movies that was on like FX or something when I was little, and like I'd sneak in watching it just because a kid my age shouldn't be watching that. But here we are, and I'm better off for it. I experienced some good movie quality there in Mortal Kombat, so that's a good number 5 there.
Go ahead and hit us with number 4.
Number 4, controversial, but I'm gonna take this stance. The Super Mario Brothers movie, the animated one. I know you're gonna.
Okay.
I ain't doing. We are not messing with the fungus one. I don't want to see none of that. Yeah, no. I have better culture than that. We don't talk about that movie.
Thank you.
We stashed that one away.
I cannot stand the people, the original Super Mario Brothers movie apologists.
No.
I cannot stand them. There is not any redeeming qualities about that movie.
Not one bit. And you know me, I try to make the best out of anything, but there's no saving that movie. But as for the animated movie, fairly recent movie, and I love everything they did there. I just can't get enough of the world building they did, the little nods to the games, the overall story. Pretty straightforward for a Mario movie, but it's also the prospect of what it's gonna spawn and what it is spawning. Legend of Zelda's coming up, a second entry to this movie. It just did everything right for me, and whenever I first heard the announcement they're making this, I'm like, oh, here we go. They're gonna do something wrong here. But no, they stuck the landing. Super Mario Brothers movie. Again, these two movies are fairly low, but I'm hoping you'll understand why my next 3 are where they're at.
I get it. My number 4 is Sonic the Hedgehog 2. This is the recent one with where Idris Elba made his debut as Knuckles. And coming out of the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie, I was pleasantly surprised. Of course, we had all the discourse around Ugly Sonic, and then the game, or not the game, the movie getting pushed back so they could redesign him. And it came out, and it was very good. I was so happy with that movie. Like, it was good. I enjoyed it. I went with my daughter. The funny thing is, the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie was the last movie I saw in theaters with my daughter before the pandemic. And then Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was the first movie I saw in theaters after the pandemic. That was an interesting aspect of all this. But yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, great. I thought Idris Elba did great. Jim Carrey as Robotnik, I've always loved it, and I think he does an amazing job. We got Tails in here, and seeing that infuse of like the second game, like, oh, these two are like meeting each other, and they're already best friends, and they're doing all this. They still include the human stuff on the side, which I don't care about. Like, that was the one aspect of making these movies live action that I was always like, I don't need that. Like, if they would have just made all 3 movies just entirely CGI, I would have been so happy. But whatever, we got what we got, and it's good. It's a very good movie. I enjoy it. I think Knuckles, Idris Elba really surprised me as Knuckle. I wasn't sure that that was the right voice for him, but he plays off the dumb parts of Knuckles so well, but just being an absolute meathead.
Yeah.
I think he's great at it.
Again, it's still shocking to me that we're sitting here talking about how a Sonic movie, out of all things to come from that franchise, that has been beaten down over the years, and it's like one of, if not the best video game movies out there, or the franchise. So yeah, it's just a good thing to see.
Absolutely. Number three, Kev.
Number 3 is a movie that is based about video games, but not about a singular one, and it's Ready Player One. This is a movie where it took aspects from gaming and all about this dystopian future, and you're hooked up to this giant VR world. And to me, I was going into it like, it's going to be a movie I kind of just have on in the background and whatever have you. It's going to be a movie I forget. But no, to this day, I still go back and watch it from time to time because it was that damn good. And seeing the trailers, like, this is a movie I seen way after it released, and seeing the trailers of, like, the Iron Giant is in this movie. Like, how do they get this IP in the movie? Like, how does that work? This isn't supposed to work together. But they got Bowser in Wreck-It Ralph, so, like, what do I know? But yeah, Ready Player One for me is number 3, and if you haven't watched it, I recommend you do.
I went into this list thinking about video game adaptations. I mean, I guess we never squared that away. So yeah, I guess this is a video game movie because it's so much about video games. I didn't like Ready Player One,
Oh,
like at all. I couldn't finish it.
really?
I am very easily I'm very easy to satisfy in movies, especially when we're talking about video games. Like, especially like around Ready Player One, I'm like, yeah, just make it watchable and I'll watch it. I couldn't stand it. I didn't like the characters. I love the references. I'm a huge Overwatch fan, and Tracer is in there.
Yeah.
That's cool. I love that. Yeah, I don't know. There was just some. Maybe I'll have to give it another try sometime. But man, I could not get into it. I've never read the book, so I can't like talk about that or anything. I know there are huge fans of that story, but man, I just didn't like it whatsoever. Sorry, go ahead.
No, okay. No, I'm looking at my list. I'm making sure for the rest. But yeah, no, that was it for Ready Player One.
If I were to include something like that, it would probably be Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
I'll put that in my honorable mentions as well. Wreck-It Ralph is really great, but yeah, no, okay. We didn't say video game adaptation, so no, you're free to do whatever you want. Yes, psycho.
I'm scooting around the rules.
Yeah. My number 3, I mean, just going off of my last entry, Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
We finally got a movie with Shadow the Hedgehog in it, with Keanu Reeves playing Shadow, and it was amazing.
I mean,
Come on.
you can't. Ugh.
10-year-old me playing Sonic Adventure 2 would have lost his freaking mind. And I did lose my mind watching this. I was so happy. I don't know if I ever stopped smiling during this movie.
Nope.
It was so much fun. The one aspect of it that I was always like, man, I wish they would have went further with it was the Space Colony Arc stuff.
Yep.
Like, they just kind of made it like a little thing in the movie, and I was like, eh. But man, we're talking about the battle in space with Super Sonic and Super Shadow.
I mean,
To live and learn? Come on. I get goosebumps now thinking of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, like I can't.
So good.
I love that movie. I love that movie so much. Who knows?
Absolutely. And then we have Jim Carrey not only playing Ivo Robotnik, but Gerald Robotnik, who in all of the games is dead.
Yeah.
Like, he's not alive in any of the games. So we just, okay, we're bringing him back and seeing Jim Carrey make the fourth wall breaking joke and interacting with himself, like having the like little montage with him doing all the weird
dance
stuff.
Yeah.
It's so fun. And then, of course, we've got the tease for Metal Sonic and Amy and Sonic the Hedgehog 4. Obviously, as of this recording, we don't know if that's going to be any good. feeling it would be.
Maybe.
But man, this was a dream movie
It
for me.
was. Yeah.
Uh,
I,
it was so good.
I'm not gonna speak on it anymore. Maybe that's a hint where it is, but yeah, no, I can't complain. I can't complain there.
All right, number two, Kev.
Number 2, Pokemon the first movie. This is where you got the Ancient Mew card. Just
This is the one that I would have included on my list if I was thinking about it.
I for the life of me, I always go back to just being a fan of the games, the card game, and then seeing this play out. Like, it's exactly what I wanted out of a Pokemon movie. You talk about all of the little things it did right, and then just being in the theater and seeing that final span, Mewtwo's favorite quote, everything about this movie is Pokemon through and through. I just don't like how Netflix did this remake or whatever you want to call of it. I sat through it because it's Pokemon the movie, but man, I didn't need to see that animation style at all. But yeah, no, Pokemon 2000 or Pokemon the first movie, that's it for me.
The Netflix adaptation, yeah, the art style is a bit weird. Yeah, I mean, it's still the first movie.
Yeah.
It when we look at like video games remakes and remasters, it's closer to the remaster edition there. Like it's just the same exact thing, but just done a little bit different. But talking about the True King, the animated one, I remember going and seeing that in theaters, and just I got the Mew, the Ancient Mew card. I wish I would have held on to it. I don't know where it's at now. My brother destroyed like all of my Pokemon cards, so that's probably what happened to it. Talk about an emotional experience
Right.
when Ash runs in the middle of the fight. All the Pokemon crying and
Yeah.
coming back.
Oh,
Man.
he dies. He dies. I mean, come on.
He straight up dies. I was always like, wait, why did he get turned into stone? And it, of course, it's me as a kid not understanding, like, oh yeah, they're not going to show the guy literally just on the ground dead, so they have to turn him to stone to get around that. Yeah, what a movie. That was an experience as a young kid who loved Pokemon at the time. Oh my god, what a time. Yeah, I wish I would have been thinking about it. All right, my number 2, the Super Mario Brothers movie. I mean, you already went over how amazing it is. We've got a tease for Yoshi in the sequel, which is Yoshi's my favorite character in the Mario universe. I know we've got all the jokes about like the Chris Pratt stuff and all that, but he did good. It's not Charles Martinet. It never will be. But hey, we got Charles Martinet in here saying, "That's my boys!" Like that's heartwarming stuff. Jack Black absolutely nailed Bowser. Anya
Taylor-Joy. Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy gave us the best version of Peach. Which is, I mean, that's not saying a lot because Peach has just always been the damsel over the years, but she was a boss in this movie. She was awesome. I love the sequence where Mario's training and like taking those super mushrooms. We got a bunch of power-ups in there. We got the fight against DK. Seth Rogen, I'm not crazy about him being Donkey Kong still. I always thought that was a weird choice. But man, this movie was put together so well. And kind of like with the Sonic movie where I was like, man, I'm a bit worried about this. I was worried about this because Shigeru Miyamoto had such a big impact on it. Because we know him from video games. He doesn't like a story. He is all about gameplay. So I was very worried. How would that apply when he is in a story field? Obviously, there were enough people there to be like, okay, yeah, no, this works. This is great. It makes me... It's one of the reasons why I am so high on the Legend of Zelda movie whenever that comes up.
Yeah, no, everything that movie did. Also, I'm no stickler for like animation or whatever. I'm no authority, but that movie looked beautiful when they're in that field, Mario and Peach, and there's like the glowing flowers. I was like, damn, this looks nice. But
And oh
yeah,
my god, the references. We had them. I think. Let's see. There was Bob on Battlefield in the back, which huge Super Mario 64 staying here. Um, yeah, and then I remember when Mario and Luigi fall through the sewer at the beginning, and they crash through the wall. The wall is actually in the form of 8-bit Mario, which is amazing. Like there are so many cool Easter eggs in there. I'm so excited to learn more about the sequel.
yeah.
All right, Kev, number one.
Number one, you brought it up already. Sonic 3. This movie made me feel something when watching it. And for me, being a fan of Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2, it was a moment. It was like what you were saying. Like the 10-year-old me was sitting there watching this movie with adult me. And it's like I could not have been any more excited whenever Shadow first got shown on the screen. I was like, "Oh, we're going. This movie is taking off." And it's just that story. It's the story all Sonic fans who played these games talk about for years and years and years, finally on the big screen. And then it's just the implication of what happens further. The tease of Metal Sonic and Amy at the end. You're just like, for the longest time, at least me, Amy was always that character like, oh my gosh, get her off the screen. But her in the movie, I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh, like we're doing the things. We're doing. And it also plays into prior movies I mentioned, the Super Mario Brothers movie. The representation of Peach, I feel like that's what Amy's going to be in this movie as well. And it's like, all right, we're building the universe. Keanu Reeves, you mentioned Shadow. I could not have been any more happy to see this play out. And again, live and learn. The second those chords kicked in, I was like, this was my chicken jockey moment for those people watching the Minecraft movie now. I would have lost it in the theaters if I had less of a barometer of how to act in public. But, you know, that's what it is. But yeah, Sonic 3 for me, my favorite video game movie of all time.
It's a great choice. My number one, though, is Detective Pikachu. This was probably the movie for me that really set off video game movies being better. First of all, we've got the thing again where Pokemon in a live action world. I came into this when they first announced that. I was like, ooh, I don't know about that. And then they came out with the designs and the first trailer, and it looked great.
Yeah.
I was absolutely blown away at how well they made those Pokemon look in a real world. The only one that I think wasn't great was Jigglypuff, because she's the balloon Pokemon, but she was kind of furry.
Yeah.
That one always put me off. But I know people have like their hangups about Mr. Mime. I thought they nailed his interpretation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I love that sequence. Ditto. Mewtwo was in here.
Yeah.
The Charizard fight. We got the Magikarp evolving into Gyarados. Like, all of that was absolutely amazing. I thought Ryan Reynolds did a good job of voicing the Detective Pikachu. And then, name is Justice Smith, I want to say. I thought he did very well of just being like the guy that goes along with the story. I absolutely loved Detective Pikachu. I'm a bit sad that there's not much hope that we'll ever get a sequel to it for whatever reason, because from every metric I ever see, people loved it. Like, I don't hear people say that this was a bad movie whatsoever. So I'm a bit disappointed we won't get that sequel, but it also, with how it ends, it would be kind of weird to have Ryan Reynolds back in the Pikachu. I get that, but man, just another Pokemon movie like this.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be Detective Pikachu 2. Just another movie. Like, let a trainer go out on a journey. Make a new original story. That's something that I want. But Not Detective Pikachu. Absolutely great.
I hope this comes across like in my head I'm saying it properly, but it's weird to me that a Detective Pikachu storyline playing out in live action is the Pokemon movie that took off, and not like what you're saying as far as like classic trainer gets Pokemon, goes out into the world. The one thing I will suggest, I keep talking about this game, and you talk about the vibes that are in this movie of the seedy underworld and everything's dark and mysterious. Pokemon Coliseum and XD Gale of Darkness. They're right there. People love Shadow Pokemon. I love Shadow Pokemon. You give me Shadow Lugia on the big screen, I might just cry. I got Sonic 3. I got Shadow on the big screen. Now I just need Shadow Lugia, and so far, my gaming luck here in the world and just yapping into this camera, it's been paying off, so I'm just gonna throw it out there. Hey, pick up this movie, someone.
All right. Well, that is our top 5 video game movies list. Go down into the comments. Let us know who has the better list. Obviously, it's me because I have all 5 actual video game movies. Put in Ready Player One. What is that?
I'm just saying, Pokemon movies are doing the heavy lifting for me.
No, the Pokemon movies are great, but Ready Player One, wow. Before we go, Kev, we have to have some honorable mentions in here. Just go ahead and list off some that you considered for your list.
This is kind of in the vein of Ready Player One. I want to say it's Fall Guy, Ryan Reynolds. That movie was in there. Is it a video game movie, kind of ish? I don't know. And then I
think it's just called Guy.
Guy?
Or something like that.
I want to say it's Fall
I know what
Guy.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where he's in like the Grand Theft Auto world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one. And then Wreck-It Ralph was the one where I was going to put in at number 3, but I wasn't too sure how that metric would be measured. But yeah, those are my 2.
I considered some of the old Resident Evil movies.
Ooh.
Again, kind of with Mortal Kombat. They're not good movies. I love them though. That whole run, like, they're not good. I totally acknowledge that, but I also considered the Sonic the Hedgehog OVA movie back in the day.
Okay.
It was very hard for me to leave it off of here. Yeah, those would be the big ones for me. But yeah, go down into the comments. Let us know who has the better list. Like, let us know your favorite, and subscribe for games. Subscribe to Game Sandwich to see our future videos. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.